Hello, Nia. Hello, Kenton. It's Papa again. It's day 137 since you guys have been ripped from our lives. Grandma, Papa, Lilo, Uncle Gabe, Auntie Roro, and Auntie Ducky miss you terribly. Today I wanted to talk to you about these three and just tell you just a tiny bit about them, just a fraction of who they are. But I'll start with Auntie Ducky. Auntie Ducky here has always been very artistic. She's an amazing artist. She draws and sketches and paints so well. I think she should be making money doing that. But she wants to be a teacher. Like my grandmother was a teacher. And she has now, let me backpedal a little bit. During high school, she played baseball, softball. She played softball. She was incredibly social. She could have been a better student, but she did graduate from Plano West, which is a tougher high school to graduate from. She got decent grades, but again, she was very social. She had a ton of friends. She loved going to dances and hanging out with people, and she graduated, and we were so very proud of her. And then she went on to Texas A&M Commerce. Well, that's where she's at now. She got not one but two degrees, two college degrees after that. She's now working on her third, and she's well on her way and almost there to be a teacher. And we couldn't be prouder of her. She used to listen to. She was very emo, I guess. She liked wearing like black clothes and dark clothes and being emo and all this other stuff. And as time went on, her music taste changed, and she still kept some from high school. She loves going to concerts now. She has a boyfriend. But we're very proud of her and the person she's becoming and become. And you got Auntie Roro here. Auntie Roro is Nia. She's your twin. She first thought that we were always joking around about the energy that you and her had and how it matched and how she was like you were like a little clone. And she thought we were lying or whatever. But when she met you, then she said, "Yep, I see it. I feel it. I feel the same thing in her." And she said, "Your energies matched." But when she was younger, she would tear up school. When she came to us and came to live with us, before that, none of them were allowed. Well, these two were not allowed to do anything at the other house. They were not allowed to do anything unless it could be done during school. Nobody had to drive to, couldn't go after school, and nobody had to pay for it. So when she came to our house and we said, "Hey, we'll put in as much effort as you put in," she took us up on that offer. You know, like your Auntie Ducky played softball and was an anime club and stuff like that. Your Auntie Roro lit it up. She was doing, I think she did art club for a little while, I think. But she was going to everything she could. She was involved in every hard class she could get into. She told the counselor she wanted the hardest classes she could get. And she did. She achieved. She was an amazing cellist. I wish she would still be playing today somewhere. But she was an amazing cellist and still is an amazing cellist. She played cello competitions all the way from middle school through high school. They just kept moving her up in the different orchestras, and she was just amazing. And she still is amazing. She's a very eclectic type artist. She loves she loves animals like crazy. She wanted to be a vet for a while, and then she decided against it. She played softball as well. She played softball and soccer. She went on to graduate with honors, and in the National Honor Society, she got accepted to Texas A&M. She tore it up, and we were always amazed how much she would push herself and how much she would accomplish. Every orchestra to this day, the orchestra teachers, when we went to go see our Uncle Gabe's concerts, they would still ask about her, ask what she's doing and how much they missed her. And these were the teachers. And now she's in college as well, working on she wants to be a librarian. And she's going to accomplish that goal. And yeah, she has a boyfriend too. And we like him. He's an okay kid. I think we'll keep him around. He's been around for a few years now, but we'll keep him. But she's an awesome person. And we're very proud of her and could not be any prouder of her. And we got Uncle Gabe here. Let me tell you about Uncle Gabe. Uncle Gabe never did a whole lot of art, but right now, he's recently just kind of discovered he's good at it, and he does some amazing art pieces. And we were kind of shocked because his thing used to be baseball. He played one season of soccer and asked us never to do it again. But he played baseball. And he played baseball all the way from elementary school all the way through high school. The teams he was on, I coached. And the most successful were the most difficult. The most difficult is high school. And we won 5 division titles and 5 championships out of a possible 8. So he was really, really good at baseball. And just like your aunt, Roro, when it came time to pick that extracurricular activity, he chose cello. He wanted to play cello just like his big sister. And he did, and he was an excellent cello player. He played it. He liked playing it. He played it beautifully. I think if he had practiced just a little bit more, he'd have been a lot better. But he played it beautifully. I love seeing him on stage. That's where all 3 of these kids belong, is on stage somewhere, so that everybody can understand how wonderful and amazing they are. But your Uncle Gabe graduated high school. He is now at UNT, where he's working on his advertising degree, and he also wants to be a graphic designer, and that's where his newfound kind of just art thing came in. All 3 of these kids are big nerds. They can tell you all about Marvel, DC, they can tell you about sci-fi, they can tell you about Transformers, they can tell you all kinds of individual stuff. Oh, your Auntie Roro was in FFA. She competed in dairy quality. You got me. But she was very good at it. She went to competitions and they bust her everywhere for it. She was also their vice president the senior year. Your Uncle Gabe volunteered a ton with Young Men's Service League with your grandma, just doing things to help other people. We all kind of volunteer. We volunteer at wreaths across America and do all other kinds of things. But the one thing they all have in common is they love you all very much. When you guys came around, Auntie Ducky and he said, "Oh, I'm Auntie Ducky." You know, Uncle Gabe was very proud and said, "Yeah, that's he took some of the pictures we have hanging on the wall of you kids. And they loved holding you. They loved talking to you and teaching you new things. Kenton, you looked around and you saw, you know, your Auntie Roro and your Auntie Ducky, and you loved them, and you loved Grandma, and you loved everybody else. But something was different about this one. You looked and you said, he's got different stuff in his room. Like, this feels different. And you weren't really sure what it was, but it was Transformers and Marvel and Legos and a Thanos glove, and you were interested because out in the living room, Nia had a 3-year head start on you and had girl toys, if there's such a thing as girl toys. So you started hovering towards Gabe. And they all miss you. They've all had jobs since they were 16, driver's licenses since they were 16. They haven't been out of work since 16. Uncle Gabe is 19. She's 22, 26. If I got those ages wrong, kids, I'm old. But Nia, Kenton, they love you. They miss you. And it's a shame that this was robbed from you, among so many other things. Grandma and Papa miss you. Auntie Roro, Auntie Ducky, and Uncle Gabe and Lilo miss you as well. I could not be prouder of these kids, the ones who stayed.